primary sources and understand them does us all a lot of good, regardless of how other people are going to think, by and large, that, my God, this guy must be some kind of caveman. Far from it. You know, most people don't understand that certain charts that were created in the theory of evolution were hoaxed, exaggerated, and have now passed down to us as fact.
Right.
I'm sorry to get involved in this, but I was so happy when I saw that you had guests come on your show that were capable of really going and doing that kind of primary research, because that's what really we need. We need people that will take the time and stand up for certain basic things, because when this plays out in major media, they always cut these people short. They don't allow them the time to explain what they really mean. They make fun of them. They ridicule them. They do things to them that are just inhuman, that you should never do to other people, just because they are afraid of what these people have to say. And it's the same thing when you get involved with these various groups. You know, there are definitely groups that are out to control our planet, and they're doing a hell of a good job of it, and they're getting away with it because a lot of people are focused on a small group like the Freemasons, thinking that they're powerful. Well, they're not. I know. I've worked with them. I know what kind of people they are. And they certainly don't have the kind of money that's needed to do these kind of things.
Right. And so basically they just run around wearing funny hats and doing silly rituals.
No, basically what they do is they contribute tens of millions of dollars a year to all kinds of hospitals for children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you know, they have saved the lives, literally, of tens of millions at no cost. People don't pay to go into their hospitals, et cetera, et cetera. But they don't play that up. You don't see them, you know, you see them in their funny little cars. You see them having a good time in parades and everything like that. They're not egotistic. It's against, to them, it is not a way to be what they call on the square, which is your word is your word. And why they keep secrets, you can find out almost everything there is about Freemasonry, and this is true, on the internet. Almost everything.
Yep.
You don't, but if you interview them, they're not going to tell you anything because they've taken oaths. And it's not that they don't want you to not necessarily know that information. It's just that when you take an oath, you're not supposed to break it. And then because they are the kind of people that they are, they don't break it. But you can talk to them. You know, if you had, say, for instance, some of the guys that I used to interview in this area, like Brent Morris, Dr. Brent Morris, he'll tell you right out, look, everything you want to know is out there already on the internet. It's not, there's no big secrets along those lines.
Doctor, let me ask you, because at the bottom of your bio on our website, EdgeAM.com, it says that you host a popular radio program called 21st Century Radio, and it says there you've been broadcasting new paradigm topics. What are some of those topics that you discuss?
Well, the same kind of things you do, and we especially put a lot of focus on new energies. Right now, especially, you know, cold fusion is alive and well. John Bedini's work that he's actually given the world, and I hope someday, if you haven't had him on, certainly we'd like to send you some of his work, because what has happened is that there are major breakthroughs. He will tell you exactly in his tapes and his DVDs and his books why these things disappear. Which is, by and large, they don't have to kill the guys. they just buy them off. They buy their stuff. You know, a guy comes through with a patent, they buy it, and they hide it. They shelve it. There are other energy systems most definitely out there, but we're not going to see them because those that are in control of mostly not just the United States, but a good part of the planet, have all of their money. They're going to get as much as they can out of petrochemicals until that's gone, and then maybe they'll let us know about some of the other stuff. Well, that's a major problem.
What do you think about this car that Japan just recently made, so that it's fueled by water? Did you get a chance to look at that?
I have not had a chance to look at it because I've been completing another mural, and redoing another art car. I saw that a couple of weeks ago. I'm hoping it's not just a hydrogen fuel cell, because that's not a big breakthrough. I mean, especially because if you can buy hydrogen fuel cells in cars for $1 million. Now, you and I got $1 million to buy a car. Come on. I mean, but the billionaires, that's not a problem. So I don't know if it is a hydrogen fuel cell. I worked with, and we've championed the cause of water being used for energy source back there in 1990 with a Japanese individual by Yoshiro Nakamatsu, who held something like, I don't know, 600 patents. But he really wanted to, his ego was such that he wanted credit for what he was going to do and wanted to control what would happen with his technology. And unfortunately, he died before he could accomplish so many other things. If he would have been a little bit more generous, I think he could have changed things considerably. But you know that there are other systems right now, the work of even going all the way back to Newman. I think it was John Newman. Yeah, John Newman and his magnetic motors. And those were good. They worked. But he went through hell. A lot of these inventors go through hell. Or the important work of Dr. Eugene Malov in Infinity Magazine, and he was murdered, about 3 or 4 years ago. He was making major breakthroughs in alternative energy. People are beginning to learn how to tap into zero-point energy. It's not easy, but it is going to happen. And when it does happen, energy will be free.
Okay. All right, Doctor, we need to go to break, so just stay on the line, please.
Yes, sir. All
right, everybody. You're listening to the Edge, or watching the Edge television broadcast, and on our newsmaker line tonight is, of course, Dr. Bob Hieronimus, and we are talking about secret symbolisms. We have a link to his website right in his bio section. If you'd like to ask him a question directly, there's a link right there. You can also go to the Fast Blast, and you can join him in the live chat. My name is Daniel Ott. We're going to be right back after the break, so you stay tuned. And welcome back to the Edge television broadcast. Ready? Steady, go. If you've got a question for tonight's guest, Dr. Robert Hieronimus, go to the EdgeAM.com website, click on the Fast Blast, click on the live chat going on now. You can also email him after the show through his website there, UnitedSymbolismOfAmerica.com. And that link is easily accessed by going to his bio section on the Edge's homepage. This interview will be posted tomorrow in its entirety for your re-enjoyment for Sun. For those who seek instant information in this information age, well, we've talked about a lot of things in the first hour. We're going to bring you back on the line in just a second. If you got a question, get them in now. And we'll try to get your questions, and those questions may be abbreviated for time and clarity's sake, so do not be upset if your question isn't asked exactly like you pose it, because we only have so much time. Now let's go back to our newsmaker line and see if we have Dr. Rob Hieronimus. Doctor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, welcome back to the second hour of the Edge television broadcast, and somebody suggested your name actually makes you seem like a zoologist, having a name like Hieronimus. What do you think?
Well, Hieronimus actually comes, the meaning of the name, it's Flemish, and it means holy name. It's a name that I was adopted into the Hieronymus family by Robert Frederick Hieronymus. Hieronymus, or Hieronymi, were the family that settled in Lexington, Kentucky, that brought over racehorses and that kind of thing. So, it doesn't, I think the thing I never liked about this name was when I was younger, you know how children are when they come up to you, and they'd call